Houllier is generally thought of as bringing about a change in culture at Liverpool. What was that? What was he like, Houllier, in terms of that sort of side of the game? And do you still think we're feeling the effects of that now?
Yeah, he was great for that, to be honest with you. I don't know too much about what it was like before at Liverpool, but obviously I know what it's like at Leicester. And we at Leicester would more concentrate on ourselves. Mm-hmm. So we'd go into we wouldn't really have meetings and stuff like talking about this player or that player, blah, blah. We know about them. You should know about them. So what we're going to do, we're going to concentrate on ourselves, our set pieces, our this, our that. Then go into come into Liverpool and sit in a meeting for an hour and a half talking about every single player in pitch black. So half the time I was asleep, especially in the first month or so. You're just like, yeah. And then you're like nodding off. But then you're just getting... I always say about Gerard, he taught me about football. Where Martin O'Neill gave me the freedom to just go and express and just play. But he actually taught me about football, understanding the finer details about football.
Mm-hmm. And if you're looking at your time at Liverpool alongside Gerrard's, I suppose there's that changing point, isn't there, in the 2001-2002 season where he has the heart attack. What was that like in the dressing room?
That was strange. I actually was injured. I came off injured, and I'm sat there. I think I'd done my hamstring or something. I was sat there on the treatment table, and Gerard's come in and said, I'm lying there on the treatment table, and he's come over to me and said, "No, come over." And he said, "Doc, I don't feel too well." Blah blah. And I'm thinking, I just got up. He goes, no, you sit down. I said, no, you sit down. And then the doc goes, "Oh, Emile, you got to go." The next minute, he's rushed to the hospital. So it was weird. It was just so, but it happened so quickly. You know, 1 minute he's out there screaming at us, and the next minute he's on his way to the hospital. So we didn't know what had gone on or what was going on.
Was that hard to just put aside and carry on playing for the next few months?
I think Phil did really well. Phil Thompson did really well because he tried to keep everything pretty much the same. Because Gerard had a certain way of doing meetings and stuff like that. So draw back the thingy. This is the team. This is what I need you. These are the positives and blah blah. This is what, and then these are things you're not supposed to do. Oh, this is their team, and you know it just go through everything. And Phil just kept everything the same. Training, he kept everything the same. Sammy Lee took a lot of the training and everything. So yeah, he just kept everything pretty much the same, and it kind of worked, didn't it?
And then the highlight of that season, I suppose one of them was when he came back. He scored against Roma.
Yeah. We knew what we had to do. It was great to have him back in our corner. We didn't know if he was going to be the same person as such, but we had to go out there and try and perform for him and win that game, and we did.
What was that like when he walked back into the dressing room for the first time?
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was a surprise for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was amazing. You know, to see... He is the man that the players loved and everything, you know. I'm not saying that they didn't love any other coaches or anything, but he was the reason behind a lot of the players. So, you know, and the reason that even now a lot of them are looking at possibly going into management and even coaching and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, it was great to have him back, and it was just an amazing surprise for us, and we just felt we had to.
Yeah. After that, was there a change in him from the heart attack? Could you tell?
Yeah, I think it took a lot out of him, to be honest with you, and I'm guessing you'd be scared when stuff like that happens. So you just got to be careful. You take a bigger step back and everything. And I'm not saying he wasn't as enthusiastic, but you could imagine that it would have been tough for him to be coming back and being all irate and agitated and never knowing if that's going to happen again. So, yeah.
Just touching back on that Roma game, what was it like to play in and score what was the winner in? Because for people of my age group, that felt like the first modern day Anfield night before the Chelseas and the Dortmunds recently and other games like that. It was the first modern Anfield night.
The thing is, the European nights seem to be crazy. The atmosphere, everything that goes around it, and then you have the manager coming back. So the hoo-ha behind that, and then you go and score, and it was just amazing, you know. And like you're saying, I don't know if it's the first, but it you know, the noise you get from that crowd, and it just seems like it pumps. I don't know if they put it through the speakers or what. I don't know, but it just makes you feel, you know, like they pump it, getting you pumped even more.
What's it like walking off the pitch, having scored that goal?
Oh,
Do you sleep that night?
I don't sleep great in most nights, to be honest, especially after games. But yeah, it was I wouldn't have slept that night. It was just and I've got the shirt up in my house. Well, I did have a shirt up in my house, so it's a reminder of them wonderful nights.
And for a whole generation of Liverpool fans, that was the first taste of the European Cup, the Champions League. That makes it even more special.
Yeah, definitely. It was just a special evening. Everything that accumulated to that was just just tipped it over and just made it even extra special.
Do you think you could have won it that year?
I thought we was gonna, because we'd gone so well the season before, and we had the way of playing, and it worked for us. Be compact away from home, don't get beat. If you concede, that's fine, but just don't get beat. We'll score. Then to bring them back home, knowing that we're going to beat them, whoever it was, we beat Barcelona, all these teams, we didn't care, and we were confident, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, why didn't it happen in the league, and why do you think Liverpool fell short?
I don't know. The thing is consistency with the league. Consistency is a key thing. We'd go and beat Man United, but then go and draw with a lesser side, and you just can't do that. You need that consistency to go on. And Man United was a team, even Arsenal as well, were teams that they win ugly. They could have a bad game, but they're going to win 1-0. They fight, they scrap. I'm not saying that we weren't doing that. We just didn't have that final bit that just said, all right, then we're at this space where now, we can have a bad day, but we're still gonna win this game. No, we'd draw or we'd lose. So we just didn't have that little bit over the period of a 10-month season or whatever it is, So it was tough. We come second, but we're still quite well beaten into second. But that was one of those things that you say, oh, you regret, not winning the Premier League.
Is that your biggest regret?
Say biggest regret, but one of the biggest regrets. I left Liverpool and then. They win the Champions League.
We're going to come to that. Is it just sometimes a case of that season you say you're well beaten into second, but Arsenal were just brilliant that season?
Brilliant, unbelievable.
And sometimes you're a good side, but you just almost like the Liverpool team now, playing in an era when there's another great side.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, they could have a bad game, but they know they're going to win that game. They know they've got the battlers and everything. If they win 1-0, they don't care. They're winning. They're doing everything to win that game, and that was them and Arsenal.
And then you're looking at the transfers. I remember Carragher said that you could have new signing in the training session and they'd be written off there after that first session. I think El Hadji is probably the obvious example there. Liverpool have gone from having you, Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler, Jari Litmanen, Nicholas Anelka, and then the competition wasn't quite there.
I think with Nico, we dropped the ball. We dropped the ball a little bit with that one. Not signing him. I think that was a huge one not to even take up. He'd done well. He'd come in and done well. So we knew what we had. We knew what we were getting, and not to take him up was a really big mistake. With the other ones, again coming into Liverpool, I was lucky enough to have been in and around English football and everything, so I understood what it took to, even when you're going into a transfer, especially being a bigger club, you got to hit that ground running. If you don't hit the ground running, it could be a long year for you. And some of the foreign lads don't necessarily understand that. They think it's going to be easy, especially coming into a British football. Back then you could tackle. So you got lads coming as forwards thinking that no one's going to, and then you go bang, someone's taking them out from behind and everything. And then that gets some getting used to as well. And again, is down to when you make a transfer, generally you want to bring in someone that's better than what you had before, and we never quite managed to achieve that.
Was that the problem at that time? What do you think was behind that couple of years that we just saw Liverpool decline a bit?
When you say decline, I think again that the other teams were getting more sustainable and more competitive and over a course of a season, and we probably had players that needed a year to bed in, and you don't have at the bigger clubs. You don't really have a year to bed in. you got to be here to bed in at the smaller clubs. Yeah, bigger clubs they need you to hit the ground running straight away, and that was tough. Even for myself, if I hadn't done well in the first 10 games or whatever it was, how would it have gone? You know, mentally. But you know, coming from abroad and doing that is very tough. And we didn't have the players that hit the ground running, and it was difficult.
Mm-hmm. And just listing those strikers, it's just struck me that they've all got World Cups, European Championships, Champions Leagues, Premier League titles. Those striking sessions, they must have been a hell of fun.
Yeah, they were actually. Robbie Fowler was great. You know, coming from, no disrespect, coming from Leicester and then going to Liverpool and watching them train and watching him finish, you know, every shot was bang, hitting the back of the net, hitting the side netting here. But not just left foot, his right foot as well. You're like, oh, wow. So then that made you step up your game and try and do the same thing. But his precision was amazing. It was second to none.
You're all quite different, weren't you? Especially, I'm thinking at the time when Lippmann was there. There was yourself, Lippmann, and Owen and Fowler. Mm-hmm. All very, very different qualities.
But it helps as well because you're not all the same. So when you needed to change a game, you come off, you going on. You got to do your bit. As you see in the UEFA Cup final, Robbie comes on and scores. Yeah, something different. You know, they didn't know what to do, didn't know how to handle him. So it was good that we gave each other competition, but the competition in different ways, and it helped for different games as well.
And that's that experience there as well. Like you and Michael would have grown up, you've seen Robbie and Yari win Champions League, score all these goals, whereas the current Liverpool team, they're all the same age. Gives you something, that inspiration.
Well, I say that Gary McAllister was, in the 2001 season, Gary McAllister was instrumental in, especially being a senior pro coming into a younger, I was still 22, young, coming into a younger dressing room, but taking us under his wing and making sure everything ticked because, yeah, your head could go down at that sort of age, but he'd keep you going, and Didi Hamann, keep you going, always praising. And as a young lad, you don't necessarily want to be knocked all the time. As a senior pro, you can get that, you can take that and just brush it off and go. But as a young lad, he would always keep you going. Didi was great. Oh, well done, brilliant. Even if you've done nothing, he'd keep you going. So that mentally just picks you back up, and you know you want to go again.
You mentioned Gary Mack, so I've got to ask. He scored in that derby. What was it like when his free kick went in?
To be fair, I've pulled away to the edge of the box, right on the corner, and I'm thinking, yeah, go and hit me. Like, oh, come on, hit us. Me and Sammy Hippier, come on, hit us. We're going to win this ball, blah, blah. And then he just whips it. And to be fair, I don't think anyone even saw that. No. Not even any of us either. So I think only he would have seen that. I think there was a free kick just before where he's actually put it up to us, but I think he saw was it Gerard?
Yeah, Paul Gerard, yeah.
I think he's seen him just sneak across a little bit. I think that's where I think he saw it and said, no, I'm going to try, I'm going to have a go. And it's only him who could have executed that, to be honest with you.
As a Liverpool fan, that's one of the games that sometimes you just go on YouTube, have a little watch. Is there any games that you would go back and watch your own?
Always an Everton one, isn't it? Yeah. I scored in a couple of them, so that was nice. That one is amazing. But just the atmosphere right at the end as well, right at the death. You know, they're always tough games. I remember playing in my first derby, and not long after I'd moved, not just before, I played against Everton for Leicester. Normal game, done well, running around, taking people on, all that. Then I played in this one, and I'm thinking, my mentality is thinking this is going to be the same. Yeah. Nowhere near. They were possessed, kicking you. Oh, it was horrible. People closing you down with more ferocity than they ever did in other games. I'm like, oh, this is. But you get used to it. So.
But that was a time when Liverpool's derby record just turned on its head because before that, they hadn't won a derby in years, and then suddenly under Houllier they won all of them. Yeah. So what was it about your team? Obviously, were good at standing up to that sort of thing.
Oh yeah. We were used. But not what. It wasn't that we were used to that. We were ready for that. We were ready for that. To be kicked and to be pushed and to have to stand up to that. And we had the players to do that, to be honest with you. I'd come from Leicester, which we had to battle. We had to fight. We had to do all that. So I was used to that. I just wasn't used to it at that time because I thought it was going to be a nice tippy tappy. That went out the window. As well, you hit the channels and chase the ball. Yeah. And then the game gets stretched, and that's when you get your bit of time to actually pass the ball. You can't play it in that first 5 minutes because they're going to be at it. Yeah. First 5, 10, 15 minutes. After 20 minutes, it will settle down.
Yeah. Touching on something you just said about being 22 and at low senior pros, makes me realise you're only 26 when you left Liverpool. Mm-hmm. That should be when a striker's hitting their peak. Mm-hmm. So how was it feeling when the club did decide to part with you?
It was what it was. I think Rick Parry came to me and said that they'd signed Cisse. I said, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I still got a year left. But I'll fight for my place, no problem. Because I'd always done that. It's not a problem for me. But then he said, no, we've accepted a deal from Birmingham. You can go and have talk to them. You won't play. Because Cisse's coming, I was like, all right, cool. When someone tells you you're not going to play, then your time's up. If they tell you you can stay here and fight for your place, cool for that. Yeah. But when someone says you're not going to play, you're like, oh, okay, that's time to go. And mate with Steve Bruce, everything felt fine. And in all fairness, I was going back down to the Midlands, which I thought was right. And went there.
Was that a bit of a strange one with Liverpool between managers at the time?
No, they weren't actually. Houllier was still manager.
Was he?
Yeah, and then the week after, I think, after I'd signed, he got sacked.
Yeah. And you told about your biggest regrets.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a regret. At the end of the day, I moved on. It wasn't a problem. But they won the Champions League after that, the season after, which was, I was watching it and it was great.
Is that a weird one as well? Like the fact it was Rick Parry who said you're not going to play when the club were obviously thinking about changing managers, and then you see the new manager come in, Cisse breaks his leg, barely plays, he switches to a 4-2-3-1 formation, which arguably suits your game.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, when I was on international duty, and is it Guillaume Balaguer? Yeah. Said to me, you should have stayed. Houllier, Benitez loves a target man, loves a number 9. I said, well, I've already signed now. What can I do?
Yeah. Did you speak to your old teammates about Benitez? Is he someone that you think you would like to have worked with?
I never spoke to him about that, to be honest with you. But seeing how he got the best out of players and the work that I put into during training and during matches and everything, I don't see it would have been a perfect fit, to be honest. I didn't say why it wouldn't work.
Yeah. And you look at the players that he did bring after that, like Morientes came in as a target man, Peter Crouch. You would have probably been the first choice striker.
I'd have been in and amongst that. Yeah, definitely. To work alongside the others, and my hold-up player is just as good as anyone. So, yeah.
Did he try and sign you back at some point?
No.
2005 final. Where did you watch it? Can you remember where and what?
I was actually in the Caribbean, and I was on the plane on the way back. Richard Branson was there as well. He was on the plane, Virgin. Yeah. There are others. So he was on the plane on the way back as well, and he was giving me updates on what the score was.
So that must have been mad. So you're hearing that the 3-0 down.
Don't tell me no more. Don't come back here.
And you see him coming towards your seat again. And you're thinking, oh no, it's 4-0.
Yeah. But it was amazing. That would have been such a roller coaster, and that's football for you. I've got going back. Sorry, can I go back to the 5-1? So. A fan came up to me and goes, 5-1, I remember it, I was in this pub, blah, blah. No, I was at home, actually, he said. I was at home with my family, blah, blah, and you went 1-0 down. Could have gone 2-0 down, blah. So my dad just got pissed off. And he left and went to the pub. Didn't watch any more of it. And then obviously you won. He says, so I rang him up and goes, Dad, 5-1. Yeah, we lost, didn't we? No, we won. He was like, oh. So but the emotions that go with that sort of thing, I know I probably some Liverpool fans would have left. But then to end up winning the game, coming back and winning the game on penalties, just something crazy, isn't it?
Did you watch Barcelona, Madrid? Barcelona.
Yeah.
You must have thought. We all thought that was dead and buried.
Yeah. But the thing is as well, you never know with European nights. At Anfield, you just don't know because they're just special nights. And again, people talk about 12th man, but they do. They give you that more energy. yeah, you might not play for another 3 days because you can't walk after that, but you'll give that much more. And you look at it, that's what they did.
Were you there?
I watched it on telly, and yeah, it was just amazing.
Yeah.
And like we've been talking the whole way through how football has changed in the past 20 years. And, like you're that, I suppose, similar, haven't you? How the strikers changed, but it's quite topical at the moment. Some things haven't changed. Racism's in the headlines at the moment. Romelu Lukaku last night. We've had Rashford, Tammy Abraham, Martial. Did you have any experience with that during your career? What do you think of that?
Yeah. During your career, growing up, a lot. During the career was mainly when you're playing for the national team and you're going to. We had it in Slovakia, I think it was. We had it in Croatia as well.
Was there one in Spain as well, a really bad one?
I don't think I was in that one. Had it with the 21s. We were actually playing Yugoslavia at the time. Was it Yugoslavia or was it Serbia and Montenegro? Might be Serbia and Montenegro. Kezman was playing because I think it was when they broke up, and then they obviously broke up again. So we had it then, and to be honest with you, I can't see it changing because there's no punishment for anyone saying anything or doing anything. You can go on, I think Harry Maguire said it about being on a platform and not knowing who it is, and you don't have to give any ID or anything. You don't have to disclose anything, but you can say whatever you want. So you have that. We have that problem. I don't think education-wise, we will be. You'd only see the benefits probably 20, 30 years down the line. So unless we start now, you won't see it for another 20, 30 years. So I can't see where we're going to go with it as such. It's not a football problem because I had it when I was a kid and I wasn't playing football. So it's not a football problem. We have a society problem that I think it's all right, or it's okay to say this and that about someone's race, colour, creed, whatever, religion. It's okay. But it's an educational problem, to be honest with you.
Okay. Moving on then. Well, thoughts of Klopp's Liverpool. How much do you enjoy watching this team?
Love it.
How much of a good job has he done at Liverpool?
He's done an amazing job, to be honest with you. Yes, he spent money, but you have to spend money to get to where you want to get to. But philosophy-wise, his philosophy and everything is up there with the best of them. You'd say Pep's is probably the best, and his is probably just alongside that. Attacking football, playing football on the front foot, closing people down, real energy in your play, and it gets fans up off their seats. They want to see that play. They want to see it, see people having a go and showcasing what they can do. I really enjoy watching him. He's a manager that I would have loved to have played for. Because you see the lads really enjoying their football, and when you're enjoying your football, it's a case of that's when you play your best football.
Now, Legends games, Liverpool play them quite regularly. There's an opening up front. Robbie's in Australia. Aldo's got his little cameo appearances now. Ian Rush's turn to management. We're going to see you in a Legends game anytime soon? Yeah,
why not? I need to lose a couple of stone and then I'll be okay. Why not? I do love putting on the boots every now and again. Don't move as sharply as I used to, but yeah, still up there, still up top. So.
Have you kept on a track of some of the games that Liverpool playing?
They play some. They play some great games. To be honest with you, wasn't there one in Singapore or? Yeah. So I saw the. I got some friends in Singapore who are actually Liverpool fans, and they keep texting me and telling me the score and everything. So yeah, I do keep aware. I'm aware of what's going on.
And you're still in touch with any of the lads from that era?
Yeah, look, I still do the LFC TV every now and again. I did it recently. I'll be going on again end of the month. I do keep in touch that ways, and yeah.
See you on Sky Sports a bit now. Do you enjoy the media work?
Yeah, look, it's something that I'm getting used to and trying to delve into a little bit more. Just getting myself out there a little bit more. It's good to talk about football and give my aspect of things and how I thought things go, or how I think things should be going. But yeah, it's getting the opportunity to do it. It's tough at times because you've only got a little bit of time to actually get your point across, and you've got to get it over very quickly, so the fans and everyone, whoever's watching, understand what you're wanting to say. But yeah, it's good.
coaching, management, ambitions?
I did a little bit of Bolton. I enjoyed it a lot. I've recently been offered to go down to Mansfield to help out just once a week, twice a week, just to help out down there, just to whet my appetite a little bit and see what that's all about. Again, it's getting the opportunity. We can all say that we want to do something. Again, it's getting the opportunity to do something. I spoke about it in an interview recently, talking about getting my badges and stuff like that. I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind getting my badges, but why am I going to get badges if I don't get the opportunity to actually do it? So you look, I can get the opportunity to do it and then do my badges after, or while I'm there, because there's no real push to do it straight away. So yeah, if I get in anywhere and I see that there's progression within it and real progression in it, I'll take up everything.
Quick fire round now.
Go on.
Yeah, you can do them all, Theo, to make it nice and quick.
Okay. Best 3 goals.
England 5-1. Everton away. I think it was that game actually. Yeah. We spoke about, and I think Birmingham at home over Heskey.
Oh, that was a brilliant one. Best match.
For Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay. That game where McAllister, the 3-2, where McAllister scores at death.
Over the finals.
Yeah, I think so.
Best Liverpool player in training.
Between Vladimir Smitsa and Paddy Berger.
Best friend at the club.
Peggy Arfexes was. He came with me from Leicester, so I'd had him at Leicester for 3 years and then got him at Liverpool for 2.
Favourite memory?
Just winning all them trophies in the 2000-2001 and scoring goals that season, and the fans shouting my name.
Worst memory?
Worst memory, probably leaving. Yeah, probably wasn't ready to go, but you've got to. When your time's up, it's up.
And will Liverpool win the league under Klopp?
Yes. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to elaborate on that. Was yes.
It's a nice positive way to end.
Yeah.
Emile Heskey, thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Cheers.
No problem.